All right, welcome back here, race fans. Tonight we're broadcasting the Champion Motorsports Racing League here, the GT3 Series. They are here at Nordschleife. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Nordschleife. It's a tricky one. I believe that's German. But anyhow, they are in a driver's meeting here at the moment, so just stay with us, folks. We'll be back here in just a minute, and they'll be getting underway here with qualifying. So just hang loose for a minute. Give them some time here to have their driver's meeting. I'm sorry, we are at Nürburgring GP course. I apologize, I did not know that. I guess it doesn't really matter now, but yeah, we're at Nürburgring, folks, and qualifying underway right as we speak. Again, this week there is a few more numbers I do not have. I apologize for that. We have a few more guys in here this week that weren't in here a few weeks ago when I broadcasted, so I apologize for that, folks. we got about 15 and a half minutes here of qualifying. Then we'll be moving on to the grid here. Pretty good sized field here tonight. Looks like pushing about pretty close to 30 drivers, I believe, 29 or something. 28 drivers, not including myself. I will not be out there driving. I will be broadcasting it here live on MaxSpeedTV. If it's your first time here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button and also like the video if you like what you see. And follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV. Also check out our website at MaxSpeedTV.com. "11 minutes left in qualifying, folks. Don't go anywhere. This will be a great race here to watch. Don't get to see too awful many broadcasts for Nürburgring, the GP course here, so I believe this is my very first time that I broadcasted a Nürburgring race, so I guess those of you that are watching can join me for the first time here. This will be pretty cool. A little less than 8 minutes left in qualifying, folks, so make sure you got yourself something to drink, a snack, ready for the duration here. They will be doing 100 minutes here. This is a minute timed race, so 100 minutes, just a little bit shy of 2 hours. This will be, I think it's going to be pretty interesting. These guys did put on a good show here a few weeks ago when they ran Spa here. MaxSpeedTV broadcasted, and it was a great show. So I don't think you're going to be disappointed here by the show here tonight, folks. Alright, coming down to 3 minutes left here in qualifying, folks. They're using every bit of that qualifying time to make sure that it's just kind of like guaranteed practice here, really, if you think about it. All right, 1 minute left, folks. 1 minute till qualifying is over, and we will get everybody on the grid here. And I believe it is going to wind up to be a 29-car field. All right, folks, that's going to wrap up qualifying. We'll let them finish here, and we'll get down there and get everybody accounted for on the grid and let you know where everybody will be starting. And I apologize ahead of time. I'm not really that familiar with these names, so I will do the best that I can. Maybe a little bit slow at it, but I'll get them. We'll be back here July 27th, broadcast for Champion Motorsports. They will be at Watkins Glen for a 1-hour race, 60 minutes. Be live here on MaxSpeedTV. So mark that on your calendar, folks. July 27th. Well, I think that's going to wrap up. I think everybody is done qualifying. We're just waiting for it to finish up here. We'll get everybody down here. Sometimes it takes a little while for it to finish up. Beautiful facility here, Nürburgring, the GP course. All right, that will take us down to the grid here, folks. Let's get everybody accounted for. Starting on the pole, Paul Darling with a 1 minute 52.410 seconds. Humberto Roca in second place. Matt Quinn starting third. Miguel Alcrudo in fourth place. Chris Hudson in fifth. James Stacy sixth place. Eduardo Beninca in seventh place. Tim Collier's eighth. Dino Topic in ninth place. Jason Lundy 10th. David Slee starting 11th. Simon Goodwin starting 12th. Peter Hebron in 13th. Robert Tarbox Jr. We'll be watching for him. He's very good at a lot of these road courses. He'll be starting in 14th. Curtis Palshan. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Starting in 15th. Jay Dargert in 16th. Kurt Poulter in 17th. Wayne Fitzgerald 18th. Rick Smith starting 19th. Anthony James 20th. Wayne McGarry in 21st. Fred McIntosh starting 22nd. Kyle Heron in 23rd. Victor Tanaka in 24th. Drew Lidkia in 25th. David Anderson starting 26th. Paul Hamilton in 27th. James Hume 28th. I'm not in the race, of course. And Mark Ruggiero in 30th place. All right, so back down here to the starting. Let's see if we can get down here to Paul Darling. He will be starting the race on the pole. And here we go, folks. Beautiful facility, beautiful track. This is the best of the best right here, folks. Nürburgring, one of the newest tracks of iRacing, and it's been long anticipated, long waited for. Guys have really been anxious, and there's a lot of races that happen at this track. There's so many different configurations that there's racing here just about all the time. Pace car goes in. We're about to get the green here. Everybody's speeding up, coming out of the last turn, and we are going to get the green flag here just a second, folks. And there goes green, green, green. Good start by everybody. It's oh, we got a spinner there in turn one right off of the bat. Oh, we're going to have a bunch of them caught up into that. Let's go back and check this out real quick here, because that was right on the start of the race here, folks. That would have been the number 199. Miguel does get caught up in that. Going right here into turn one. Somebody has to give, and it looks like he may have got into the 03. I'm sorry, that wasn't the 03. That was the number 777. Trying to catch up with them here. Gosh, I can't catch up with them. Or 27. Yeah, there you go, 277. Got right into Curtis Halshon. All right, so we're back underway here, and Paul Darling definitely pulling out to a little bit of a lead. As we've got some cars there, I'm sure have got a little bit of damage on them. Paul trying to put a little distance there on Humberto. Humberto in second. Was actually the one that was caught up in them. Sorry, that's a 111. They were the ones that got together. It almost looked like a 777 on the side of that. I guess the one just had that extra part on the top there. It made it look like a 7 to me. Sorry. A 111. Eduardo Beninca in third. Jason Lundy fourth. GT3 series here tonight, folks, for Champion Motorsports. Simon Goodwin, in fifth place. Peter Hebron in sixth. This was a corner that everybody got beat and banged there on. We've got a couple already taking it to pit road. Matt Quinn, Dino Topic, and Mark Ruggiero. Excuse me. And he is away. Now Jay Dargert on pit road. Want to putting a little bit of distance here on Eduardo Beninca. But you don't want to count out Eduardo. Way back here, fourth place, Jason Lundy checked up to avoid getting into that wreck. Now finds himself about 5.2 seconds back, trying to make up time. And we had another spinner there, Humberto, if I can catch up to him. There he is. He had spun. I don't know if I can catch that one or not. Let's see what happened to him as he come into the turn. Looks like the car just stepped out on him right there, right in front of traffic, and he'll go around. So second place, actually going back to about 17th now. All right, so that really spread the field out. Now it's 6 seconds back to Jason Lundy. Quite a pack of cars back here. Fourth place on back, Simon Goodwin, Peter Hebron, James Stacy, and Robert Tarbox. Tarbox already up to the 7th position, folks. Started 14th and already in 7th, and he is trying to work this field over and pass. Looks like he has a little bit of damage. May have got caught up in one of them fender benders at the beginning. Doesn't seem to be affecting the speed of his car, though. Rick Smith back here, 13th position. He also has a little bit of damage on the front end. Miguel, he has quite a bit of damage on his cars. He's the one that got tangled up there going into turn one. So the Kodak car with some pretty serious damage right now. Humberto trying to pick up the positions that he lost back here. 15th, has already passed a couple of cars. James Hume and Warren McGarry back here in 17th position. Chris Hudson all over the back of Peter Hebron. Pretty tight field right here at this point. Pulls out. Going to try to outdrive him going into turn 1. He may have him, I don't know. No, he does not. Good racing by them guys, man. We had another one, Kurt Poulter, out of shape there in turn 1. Regroups, he'll lose a couple of positions, goes back to 17th. And Paul Darling now ahead by 8.8 seconds over Jason Lundy. Lundy in second. Looking for a good battle here. Curtis Pelshon and Drew Lidkia in a good battle. Have a little company here. Miguel now up to the 12th position, making up ground. Had a little spin there earlier, kind of found himself back in the field here ways, but he is picking up some positions as we speak. Umberto back into it, into 13th. Rick Smith, 14th, just coming off the last turn. Down the front stretch here, crossing the line. He'll take 14th position. James Hume in 15th. Oh, we got a spin. Couple of them getting out of shape here. Chris Hudson. Let's go see what happened to them real quick here. Going into turn 1, they may have got together. Let's see if we can figure out what happened here. No caution, local caution. Oh my! Holy smokes! Hebron, just like, I don't know if he was daydreaming or what, but boy, he really drove into that turn hard and tried to get out of the way, but that's going to collect both of them into that. And Hebron's going to have some serious front end damage. I don't know if we can get a better look at this. Actually, there you go. I don't know. I don't really see a whole bunch of damage on the car. A little bit more on the right front there, more than anything. But he is back underway and finds himself in 14th position right now. Victor Tanaka in 15th. May have a battle here between Humberto and Miguel Crudo. Those two run a look-alike paint schemes. I'm not too sure if they are teammates. I believe they are, but I'm not really that positive. Usually Doug Beard is here helping me, but he could not make it tonight. So we did lose a couple of drivers, though. Dino Topic and Matt Quinn out of the race. Calling it a night. Kind of early, too. Tanaka trying to catch up to Jason Lundy here, as these guys are battling back here about 13-14 seconds behind the leader. I'm looking for some more battles here. Simon Goodwin got Drew Lidkia back here in 7th place. Umberto closing up on them, coming into 8th place, and he is looking to possibly pass Drew. Down the front stretch here, drag race. Let's see if he can maybe beat him into turn 1 here. Might be using a little bit of draft in this run right here to try to beat him into turn 1, and I believe he's going to. He cuts it down, and he will pass up Drew Lidkia. Wow, that's some racing. Drew trying to come back, and he may, I don't know, this is really too close to call right here, right now, folks. Hasn't really completed that pass, as Drew really gets a great run there and drives right back around Humberto. That's some great racing going on right there between them two. Rick Smith goes into 12th. Kurt Poulter in 13th. Victor Tanaka in 14th. Keeping his cars clean as he possibly can. Lots of flames coming out the back. That's a pretty cool feature here on iRacing. Peter Hebron in 15th. This is quite the traffic jam back here, folks. Jay Dargard. Wanted to kind of zoom in on him for a minute here. He is about 3/4 of a lap behind. Finds himself 1 minute and 29 seconds behind, so he is quite a ways back. And our leader, Paul Darling, continues to pull away, 16.9 seconds ahead of Jason Lundy. And him and Eduardo still in a battle here, folks. Robert Tarbox up to 5th. I didn't figure it would take him too long, and he's really putting it down right now. He is going for it, man. He's trying to get up there to the lead. He finds himself about 29 seconds behind Paul Darling right now, but he is catching cars for position. Next one he's reeling in, James Stacy. He's only a couple of seconds behind James. Jason Lundy now pulling away from Eduardo. Just not really a whole lot of battles going on, just a few little ones here and there. Paul Hamilton 15th and Anthony James in 16th. Anthony looks like he's kind of setting Paul up there, trying to see if he can figure out where to pass him and pass him cleanly for that position. Had Victor Tanaka take it off the track for some reason. Something happened here to Victor's car. I don't know if I can go back and see if I can find that or not. What happened to Victor? He may have gotten loose here in the corner. Right there, his car kicks out on him. And he is going to get into the fence. Victor Tanaka into the fence, but he comes to pit road here, and he's getting that car fixed up. Meantime, Paul Darling now 19.5 seconds ahead of second place Jason Lundy. Just on a rail out here, clean sailing. Got his feet kicked up on the dash, listening to a radio, and just zoned out right now. Miguel Acurdo back here in 7th place. Chris Hudson, getting by. Who was that? Lidkia? No, that was Simon Goodwin. Spun coming out of the turn right there. Now he finds himself back in 12th. And he's got a mirror full of Rick Smith as these three here all close together. Kurt Poulter, Simon Goodwin, and Rick Smith. And it ain't going to be long. Peter Hebron's going to be in the picture. He has caught up to the back of Rick Smith now. Wayne Fitzgerald on pit road. Something happened to Wayne's car. Anthony James in 15th, Paul Hamilton 16th. Riding on board here with Paul Hamilton. Running back in 16th place, David Slee. 17th position for David tonight. So far, they got lots of racing to go here. A lot of these guys have not been to pit road. The front 21 have not been on pit road yet. All the way back to Fred McIntosh. Jay Darger 22nd and Victor Tanaka in 23rd. Those are the last of the lap cars, lead lap cars. We got a couple here lap down. Kyle Heron. Well, I guess that was it. The other ones are out of the race. Back up here with the leader, 24.5 seconds separating him in second place, Jason Lundy. Let's ride along here with our leader, Paul Darling. Let's ride along here with them for just a couple of minutes and see what it's like to run around Nürburgring GP course. Hour and 15 minutes left in this 100-minute race. Humberto taking a look. He will take over that position from Eduardo Benenka. Goes into third. Kurt Poulter did get around Simon Goodwin. Goodwin goes back to 11th. And now he's got Rick Smith on him. Rick taking a look there. Maybe a pass in order. Not going to happen just now. Drew Litkia back here in 13th. Has some serious wing damage on that car. That will be affecting his speed and handling. Speed and handling for sure. Tim Coyer, the next one to go a lap down, and he's a minute and 36 seconds behind the leader, which puts him not too awful far ahead of the leader. Let's see where the leader's at. The leader's coming down here. And there he is, getting ready to cross the line here. Well, that makes 14 laps that Paul Darling has led. There's been no one else up front. No one even else up here to challenge him right now. We had that turn one crash there, which, you know, we see that a lot in racing. You know, people go into turn one, everybody's all together like that on the start of a race, and people do get together. Things like that do happen. You just got to kind of overlook it, run your own race, and just try to make up ground, as we've seen Humberto do. Sure, he's 34 seconds behind the leader, but he is in third place. Good one. Got Rick Smith on his tail here. Riding along here with Rick Smith. Let's give a little chase here. See what he sees out the front here. Trying to chase down Simon Goodwin. A little bit of distance between them two. We got a little bit of distance here between Miguel and Robert Tarbox. Gale does have a little damage on his car, but he is going to drive it in here hard into turn one and take over that position from Robert Tarbox. Tarbox goes back to 7th. Back here to Warren McGarry, the next one to be put a lap down by our leader, Paul Darling. Paul is not that far behind him, but he is running in 19th position at the moment. Not far ahead of him, Tim Collier. talk too much about Tim today. Running in 18th position. Back up front, Humberto gets around Jason Lundy and goes into second. Now he sets his sights on the leader. He's 36 seconds behind the leader, but sets his sight on trying to do whatever he can to reel up Paul Darling. Jason Lundy kind of did a little disappointed now. He's fallen back to third. But still a good place to be right there. Would definitely welcome new tires right now, I'm sure. Eduardo Beninca has caught up to these guys. He's got himself in 4th position. James Stacy in 5th. James having a good run here tonight. James Hume in 9th. We talk too much about Drew Litka. Having a 13th place finish here, it would be probably mean a world to him right now. Or even better, I'm sure he'd probably be up there, like to be up there in the front right now. Because the longer he's out here, the closer he is getting passed by the leader. Tim Collier really in danger of it now. He's got the leader closing up on him big time. Paul Darling right behind him now. 36.7 second lead over second place Humberto, and continuing to pull away here, folks. Humberto just barely staying right there with him, 36.5 seconds behind him. Hasn't really been gaining or losing. Lundy now falls back a few seconds off of Humberto. And it ain't going to be long here. Eduardo Beninca is going to reel in Jason Lundy, I believe. He's just about 3 seconds behind him. Not a whole lot of passing going on out here on the track at the moment here, folks, but we do have a couple of cars in battles here. Robert Tarbox and Chris Hudson in a good battle as they come up on some lap traffic. Another battle here, not too far apart. James Hume and Kurt Poulter. Those guys aren't too far apart. Other than that, everybody's pretty much spread out around the track. Anthony James and Paul Hamilton, relatively close here. Curtis Palshan in 16th. Not far behind them, and rounding out the lead lap cars here, David Slee with that rear spoiler damage. Excuse me, we got to go down here and check this out a little bit closer. Quite a bit of damage on the back of his car on the spoiler, and boy, that really makes a difference on your speed and handling too, just having that rear spoiler damaged. So he could be handling an ill-handling car at the moment. Let's look back from him, and let's see, the leader not far behind him, Paul Darling, is closing. Leader right there, and it looks like he is going to take that and pass up David Slee, putting David a lap down. He will be the very first car a lap down. Now the leader looking for Curtis Palshan. That would be the next one to go a lap down, and they are in a battle here. Him and Paul Hamilton have been battling. Boy, that's a pretty car. Wow, is that ever pretty. I like that, Paul. That is really sharp. Rick Smith in 12th. He's staying right there with Simon Goodwin. Goodwin just ahead of him in 11th. And we've still got the front 18 have not been on pit road yet today, folks. Man, this is amazing. just a little under an hour left in the race here, folks. And now we're getting some guys coming to pit road. Simon Goodwin coming to pit road. And he's following Rick Smith in, or no, I'm sorry, Chris Hudson. Who is that? Somebody coming into pit road just ahead of him. But Chris Hudson comes in. Goodwin coming down to his pit stall. Quite a few of them have come in right now. They've been out here a little over 40 minutes right now, so they'll probably want to take 4 new tires. Takes quite a little bit to fill the tank on these cars, so but we're waiting to see when our leader is going to come to pit road, because right now we've got 15 cars left that have not been on pit road. And by the looks of it, the way our leader is slipping and sliding around there, he does need new tires. Humberto finds himself 38.7 seconds behind Paul right now. It just seems like since Paul's got out there, nobody's been able to catch him or do anything with him. Benenka still trying to reel in Jason Lundy back here, 4th place. Started 7th and actually wound up going backwards a little bit there when that spin happened. Here he comes to pit road. Benenka slowly coming down pit road. Quite a few of them on pit road. James Stacy, Humberto's on pit road. We're still waiting to see when our leader is going to come to pit road. He has not been on pit road. He's going to be one of the few left out there that have not been on pit road, and he just doesn't look like he is even making a notion to come to pit road. There he comes, finally, our leader coming to pit road. He's got plenty of time. He can take his time here and making sure they've got all them lug nuts tight and the tank completely topped off with fuel. We could see him probably try to push it the rest of the way. He could, he's got enough of a lead, he could probably save a little bit of fuel out there. That's the funny thing about these cars. You just don't see them jack it up or anything. At least I don't, but I don't know. Maybe they're not even taking tires. They might just stay out there on the same set of tires. I don't know. I don't do much road course broadcasting, so to know these cars that well, and some of these are brand new cars, so. Well, Robert Tarbox comes to pit road, giving up second position. I'll tell you, after all is said and done, it looks like Paul Darling's going to wind up having the whole field lapped here if he's. I mean, that's the way it's looking. James Hume would be the next one to be put a lap down. He's back here 12th position. Uh-oh, he's off in the grass. And the kitty litter. Something happened there. And when he does stuff like that, they're dragging dirt up onto the track too, and that makes it more difficult for the drivers. That dirt makes it kind of a little slick out there, you could about imagine. And he's coming to pit road. His times are kind of messed up right now, but Paul Darling has a 51-second lead over second place Rick Smith. But Rick Smith has still not been on pit road, and neither has Curtis Alshan. And I believe these guys are on one of them deals where they are going to try to make it as far as they can possibly make it, and stop and take fuel and tires to make it the rest of the way. Because we are just a tick past halfway here, folks, so lots of racing to come. Don't go anywhere now, because this is where it will be getting good. There's going to be a lot of battles around the track. Everybody's going to be jockeying for position, try to pull out the best finish that they could possibly pull out here at Nürburgring tonight for the Champion Motorsports Racing League. All right, Curtis coming to pit road. That will put Humberto. Humberto will come around here, pass up Curtis, and we'll go back into third. I'll make that second. Yeah, Rick Smith came to pit road, so he gave up that second position to Humberto. Humberto's a minute and 6 seconds behind the leader, Paul Darling. Man, I'm telling you, this track must be right in Paul Darling's wheelhouse. For him to be out there running that well, that's just amazing. All right, we are at halfway. Sorry, my bad. It's a 100-minute race, and we got 50 to go, so we are at the halfway mark. I better figure out my math a little bit better. Lundy. Well, we've got a good battle going on here between these three. Miguel Crudo back here in 5th place, battling with Jason Lundy and Kurt Poulter. One of the few races out there on the track where guys are actually racing each other for position. Lundy right in the middle of that. Oh, he was a little loose. Good save by him, and good driving by Miguel to stay off of him, not to spin him. Miguel trying to outdrive him into the turns. He's got a nose up under him, and he will take over the 4th position from Jason Lundy. These guys know we're in the second half of this thing, and they've got their work cut out for them. I mean, they're way back behind the leader, Paul Darling, but they're still in the race and racing each other for position. Benenka and Victor Tanaka back here in 7th. James Hasty still hanging on to 8th place. Chris Hudson 9th. And Simon Goodwin. That rounds out the top 10 out there for these guys right now. Jason Lundy staying right with these guys, though, 5th position. Running the BMW today. Good car. That was one of the first GT3 series cars that we got here in iRacing. And everybody loved it. And now we've got several others in there now. And Lundy drives it in to get by Kurt Poulter. Poulter going back to 5th. Benenka not far behind them in 6th place, has been trying to catch up to Kurt Poulter. Back up to our leader here for a little bit. He's coming up on some lap traffic. Let's see how he negotiates the lap traffic, if they give room to him or if they make him work for passing them. .150 miles around here. That's a long ways around this track. That's the GP configuration. Alberto finds himself over a minute behind the leader, Paul Darling, wishing he was up there battling with Paul Darling right now. He picks up a tenth or two here or there, and then he loses it in another turn. So some places on the track he's a little faster, some places he's a little bit slower. Folks, I'm going to put it on the leader here for just, well, actually, I'll tell you what, let's put it back here on these two. These two are battling for this position. I'm going to step away for just 1 second. Field getting spread out pretty good now. Everybody has made their pit stops, and that's really spread it out. Paul Darling still in the lead by over a minute. 1 minute and 2 seconds, or 1 minute and 3 seconds, he is in the lead. Gail Acrudo in third place, Jason Lundy fourth, Eduardo Benenka fifth place, Kurt Poulter in sixth, James Stacy seventh, Chris Hudson eighth, Sam Goodwin in ninth, and Victor Tanaka on pit road gets passed up by Robert Tarbach. These guys are lapped down. Kind of unusual to see Tarbach a lap down, but he has not been right on his A game here tonight. Could have been his choice of cars that did not agree with him, or maybe the track configuration wasn't agreeing with him or something, but this isn't Robert Tarbach that is, you know, just, I don't know, he just doesn't seem like he's up to full speed here or something. Drew Ladkia in 12th place. Still has that damage on that rear spoiler, but running in 12th. Good job for him. If he is having handling issues or speed issues, we haven't really noticed it because he's really running well. David Slee, another one with rear damage on that spoiler. Guys must have been into the wall or something that we did not see. Tim Collier coming up on David Slee, now 14th position. James Hume right there with him. Anthony James quite a ways back, but he is bringing company with him. Paul Hamilton. These guys in a battle of their own back here for position. Tanaka coming off pit road finds himself in 18th place. Curtis Palshan in 19th. Rick Smith 20th. Jay Darger in 21st. Jason Lundy's in trouble here. He's got Eduardo Benenka on his tail, and that is for the 4th position if he can get by Jason Lundy. Kurt Poulter on pit road, making a late race pit stop here. Back in 8th place, and he'll go to 9th as Robert Tarbox gets by. Hebron coming to pit road. And our leader, Paul Darling, on pit road. His final pit stop of the day here. Packing every ounce of fuel in that he can possibly put in it. And he's away. And Humberto just drove by. I see Paul Darling can chase Humberto down. Humberto would like to get out there and at least lead a lap. Not sure if he's going to have to come to pit road again or not. He's actually pulling away a little bit from Paul Darling. Humberto's got enough of a lead here, could possibly pull out one lap lead. I don't know how they do their points, if that means that they get a bonus point or not. I don't know how that works here at Champion Motorsports. But he's trying to hang on to it. He's doing everything he can to hold Paul Darling back right now. Looks like he is going to come around here and lead this lap. He's got enough of a lead, and that'll be the first time anybody else has led a lap here but Paul Darling. That's pretty amazing. Now if he can stay out there, or if he has to stop for fuel, I don't know. Miguel El Crudo is back 13.8 seconds. Now we've got quite a few of them back on the lead lap. 15 of them on the lead lap. The next one to go a lap down would be Curtis Palshan. Right on, pretty close to Kurt Poulter and Paul Hamilton. Anthony James up here. We ain't talked too much about Anthony tonight. He's been pretty quiet, staying right here. He's in the top 12 right now. And having a good race. Oh, well, I just said that, and what did I do? I jinxed him. Sorry about that, Anthony. Whoops. Doggone it. Well, he got passed up by a couple of guys. He goes back to 15th now. Passed up by Paul Hamilton, Kurt Poulter, and Curtis Palshan. Poulter all over the back of Hamilton at the moment. Paul Darling still hanging here right behind Humberto. Humberto dealing with lap traffic there, but he makes a good clean pass on it. Just got around Anthony James to put Anthony a lap down. Now Paul Darling going to have to try to figure out how to get around Anthony so he can reel in Humberto. He's got 30 minutes to do it, and that's it, folks. And he is going to get around him. Anthony pulled over and let him go. He says, you guys are racing for the lead, not me. Could have been a little communication between those two as well. Oh. Okay. I think Paul did get a little damage on that car or something there. I just happened to notice a little damage on that left front. Let's go down here a little closer and take a look. Yes, he does have a little damage on his car. Find some other racing going on back here, but I don't see a whole lot. David Slee and Victor Tanaka back here in 11th. These two racing it up for position. Tanaka comes right up on David Slee's tail there. A good close up, and he's going to drive around David Slee. Slee just lets him go. He knows Tanaka's faster, so no sense in holding him up. And Palshan hits the wall. Oh no! Well, let's go back and take a look at that real quick and see what happened to Curtis Palshan. Something happened here in the corner. I don't know if he got out of the way from the leader. Humberto was coming up on him, and he might have just took it really wide. It looks like he did take it kind of wide here in a couple of turns. Caught the gravel there and takes it way out into the rubble here, the grass and the rocks, and gets it hard into the wall. Oh man, tough break for Curtis. He did lose a couple of positions on that, but I think he's okay. He's got Anthony James breathing down his neck now. We're getting down to the downhill slide of this. David Slee coming up pit road for his final pit stop. Humberto, Paul Darling, these two battling it up for the lead. When Paul Darling just had a moment there, he took it way out wide into the gravel. He's really driving the wheels off that thing right now. He's trying to make up for lost ground. Eduardo Benenka on pit road, and he's away. I'm not too sure, but I think Humberto is going to have to come to pit road. He is actually pulling away from Paul Darling now after about 2.5 seconds. He might be just trying to drive the car a little bit too hard. I don't know, but because I don't know, I was always told slower is faster. I don't know. That's what I don't know. When I went to school, slower was slower, but they say slower on the track makes you faster. So. Ten cars on the lead lap. The last one is Victor Tanaka. Tanaka. And he ain't that far ahead of Humberto. Humberto's still out here putting down some good laps. Paul Darling now 2.7 seconds behind him. Losing a lot of time to Humberto. Rick Smith finds himself in 14th now. Tim Collier 15th. Simon Goodwin in 16th. Drew Litkia in 17th. Jay Dargert. I'm saying that so he says it. Jay Dargert. He corrected me on it. Maybe I was saying it wrong last time. I don't remember, but sorry about that, Jay. I apologize. Peter Hebron in 19th. Anthony James in 20th. Wayne McGray in 21st. David Slee 22nd. Fred McIntosh 23rd on pit road. Kyle Herron 24th, 5 laps down. But Humberto out front. Been out front for the last 6 laps, folks. Paul Darling's pulling out all the stops now. He is putting everything he can into that car to try to catch up to Humberto. And he just really hasn't had that good a success right now. Humberto's just out there hooked up really well right now, and it seems like his tires are matched perfectly for what he needs out there. They've come in and running well, so why would you want to stop and change tires, right? If they're hooked up that good. Now it's just a question of whether he's got enough fuel to make it. I don't know. Jason Lundy's still hanging on to 4th place. He's had a great run today. He's been up to second a couple of times, and now finds himself in 4th. So he's having a good run here. 20 seconds behind the leader, with 21 and a half minutes left in the race here, folks. Chris Hudson in 6th. Back here on Jay Dargert, running in 19th position. Haven't really been on him too awful much. Another one I haven't really been on too awful much, Fred McIntosh. Fred's back in 23rd position. It looks like it's been a pretty rough night for him. He's got damage on a couple of the corners on that car, so that could be affecting how it is handling. And Kyle Herron, another one, with serious damage on his car as well. I mean, that car's really banged up in the front. Mark Rigorio in 25th. Wasn't Mark's night tonight. He did not have a good run here, finishing 25th. We had a little less than 19 minutes to go, and I don't look for him to get up there any further than that. He is 9 laps down at the moment. But Humberto has been the story here the latter part of the race. First part of the race was all Paul Darling leading 33 laps, and now he finds himself almost 4 seconds behind Humberto. Miguel Alcrudo in 3rd place. Let's ride along here with Miguel for a few minutes. What started out Paul Darling leading all them laps has turned into now he finds himself in second place, 4.1 seconds behind Humberto. And we're still unsure if Humberto's got enough fuel to make it the rest of the way or not. Okay, 15 minutes left in the race with a Humberto with a 3.5 second lead over second place, Paul Darling. Paul is starting to close that gap with Humberto up there dealing with some lap traffic at the moment that could be slowing his progression and keeping that giant lead he had there over second place. Jason Lundy goes into third. This will be a good finish for Jason if he can stay out there just as long as he could possibly stay out there. He's got 15 more minutes. That's not too many more laps. Ooh, off the track there a little bit. James Stacy in fourth, having a good run here tonight. He got around Miguel Crudo. Miguel must have had a moment there. I wasn't paying attention or something, and I didn't see what happened to Miguel. And he goes back to fifth now. Next one to go a lap down, Victor Tanaka. He is driving the heck out of that thing right now, trying to stay ahead of Humberto. Darling finds himself 4.7 seconds back. Humberto out there putting on a clinic right now, saying, okay, you led the first 33 laps. I'm going to lead the rest of them. And again, we're still unsure if Humberto may have to stop for fuel. Paul Darling is good on fuel and good on tires and everything, so he's just out there clear sailing right now. But Humberto I'm going to look and see if I can find when he was on pit road last, just to kind of get a guesstimate of when. Sorry if I missed something. I'm just trying to look and see if I can figure out when Humberto was on pit road last. Lap 23 he came to pit road. And they're on lap 45 now, so he may have enough fuel. I don't know. He may try to push it, stretch it out there. He's got a 6.9 second lead now over Paul Darling. James Hume finds himself in 10th place here. 10th place lock up here for Champion Motorsports. Kurt Poulter finds himself in 11th. Paul Darling even falling back further now, 7.1 seconds behind Humberto. Navy might be being held up here by some lap traffic. Doesn't seem to be up to full speed here. And there are a little less than 10 minutes to go here, folks. A little tire smoke coming off of Humberto's car. He could be really chewing them tires up right now. Oh, he's coming to pit road, folks. Humberto coming to pit road. This could be the upset right here. This is what Paul Darling was banking on, I believe. Paul Darling's going to come around here and retake the lead. Now, I believe Paul's got enough fuel to make it the rest of the way. This shouldn't be an issue for him, but boy, what an upset. Humberto giving up that lead. Oh, man. That's a bummer, having to stop just to take enough fuel to make it the rest of the way. He's still going to come out second place here, but now he finds himself about, well, let's see, after they get all said and done here, about 22 seconds behind Paul Darling. I don't know if he can make that up in 7-8 minutes here. Holy smokes. What a change of events. We never expected that, but we were kind of wondering if he was going to make enough, have enough fuel to make it to the end. And come to find out, he didn't. Austin and Brandon, if you're still there. Sorry I wasn't looking. I was trying to watch what's going on here. Miguel Acrudo in third place. Jason Lundy finds himself back in fourth again. Quite a ways back behind Miguel. James Stacy in fifth. Let's run around the field here real quick, and we'll see where everybody started and where they're running at right now, because they only got about less than 7 minutes here. Paul Darling started on the pole, crossing the line, has led 34 laps, running in first. Humberto started second, led 14 laps, up until just the last lap there, had to stop and take a splash of gas and get out of there, running in second place. Miguel Acrudo started fourth, running in third. Jason Lundy started 10th, running in fourth. James Stacy started sixth, running in fifth. Chris Hudson started fifth, running in sixth. Eduardo Benenka started seventh, running in seventh. Victor Tanaka started 24th on the field here today, running in 8th place. Robert Tarbach started 14th, first car lap down in 9th place. Kurt Poulter started 17th, running in 10th. James Hume started 28th, running in 11th. Tim Collier started 8th, running in 12th. Rick Smith started 19th today, running in 13th. Simon Goodwin started 12th, running in 14th. Drew Litkia started 25th, running in 15th. Curtis Palshan started 15th, running in 16th. Peter Hebron started 13th, running in 17th. Anthony James started 20th, running in 18th. David Slee started 11th, and now running back in 19th position. Paul Hamilton started 27th on the field, running in 20th. Jay Dargert started 16th, running in 21st. William McGray started 21st, running in 22nd. Fred McIntosh started 22nd, running 23rd. Last one's out there on the track at the moment. Well, let's see if Paul Darling can make it the rest of the way. He's got less than 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes to go here, folks. Only a couple of more laps, maybe one or two at the most probably. Humberto has reeled him in a little bit, but it's not going to be enough to make a difference. He's still 19.5 seconds behind Paul Darling. And Paul's happy now. He's back out there in the lead. We'll get a chance to talk to the top three here at the end, folks, so don't go anywhere. That'll be coming up here right at the end of this race. So we'll give them a minute to kind of catch their breath a little bit and maybe make a pit stop real quick. Sometimes they have to make a pit stop. But we'll give them that couple of seconds here to kind of regroup, and we'll get a word in with the top three. Back and check on Humberto. He is probably really driving the wheels off that car right now, doing everything he can. He's hoping Paul makes a mistake, but I don't know. Paul has been pretty much flawless all day long. I have not caught him making a mistake. He may have gotten loose a couple times a little bit, but as far as a big, huge mistake, I have not seen it. And same with Humberto. Humberto did get kind of caught up in that melee that happened on the first lap there in turn one, and found himself kind of mired back, well, not quite mid-pack, but back a little ways. and he's worked his tail off to get back up here in the front part of the race, and finds himself in second place. So this is really good for him. Miguel, another one, I think we got caught up a little bit in that, kind of slowed up by that melee that happened right in front of him, and actually I think he might have been involved in that. Actually, I think there was a little bit of bumping going on when they entered turn 1. Jason Lundy, he's had an exceptional day here today. He is running the top 5 all day long. All right, what could be the last lap here, folks, we'll know in a minute. This could be the last lap. Figuring they'd take some, over a minute and a half to go around here. Almost 2 minutes, excuse me. About a minute and 53. This could be the final lap right here. We'll find out once he crosses the line if this will be the white flag or what's going to happen. We'll be coming to the start-finish line here in just a second. So this could be the final lap for Paul Darling to bring it home. I do believe that is it. He'll be getting the white flag here in just a minute. Oh, less than a minute. A few seconds, I should say. And Humberto has closed up to within 17.2 seconds. But it's not going to make enough. He really can't reel him in any closer than that if this is the last lap. I mean, it would have to, something miraculous would have to happen right now for Humberto to bring home a win here. Paul would have to really make a huge mistake. Miguel El Crudo will be in third position, but let's see if we do get the white flag here. There it is, white flag. And I believe this is, when he comes around here, this will be the checkered flag for Paul Darling. We're going to find out here in just a second because he's about to come to the last turn. .15 miles around this place. Takes a little while to get around it. Almost 2 minutes, folks. And Paul Darling has done it in fashionable style here tonight. And yes, this is it. Checkered flag will be in the air for Paul Darling. Congratulations to him for winning here tonight at Nürburgring. All right, well, we'll get down there in just a second, and we'll give them a minute here to kind of catch their breath a little bit because these guys have got to really be on edge right now. We'll see if we can't get a word in here with Paul Darling. Paul Darling, you got a copy?
Good call, Paul. Good job, Paul. Hey guys, we're still racing here. Hold it on for a second.
Oop, sorry about that. Didn't realize that. Doggone it. Whoops. Yeah, they are still racing because I see a lot of speed still kicked in.
Well, Tim, you're welcome.
We'll wait till everybody comes to a stop here before we get a word in with them. But one heck of a race, I'm telling you, man. That was great racing. Paul Darling bringing home the win here tonight. for Champion Motorsports at Nürburgring. This is a
great battle there, Anthony. That was great.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Paul Darling. You got a copy?
Yes, I do, Rudy.
I'm here.
Okay, we'll get to you in just a second there, Miguel. Well, Paul, were you a little worried there that Humberto may have had enough fuel to make it to the end and you would have lost this race here tonight?
I was actually wondering about that because based on some of my earlier calculations, it would have been a real stretch to do it on one stop, but based on his pace, I didn't think he was saving that much. But who knows, it's Humberto.
Yeah, we noticed when Humberto got by you, it seemed like you kind of really backed off a lot right there. Like you thought, well, man, I just lost the race here, and I'm just going to wind up taking second. But once Humberto pitted, man, it was like I bet you breathed a big sigh of relief right there.
Oh yeah, certainly did. I was just hoping the whole last 30 minutes that he was going to pit.
Well, it's a pretty great racing out there, and man, you seem to have the car. You got out by such a huge lead over the whole field there, and at one point there was you had pretty close to the whole field, almost lapped, and you had them down to over a minute behind you, and but it was just that good of a car that you had tonight, or what can you tell us about the hookup you had?
Yeah, I think I got the setup pretty well down on this. I hadn't had a lot of time to practice for once. It really paid off here. Got to do some long testing and failed in the setup.
Well, very good. What did you think of the track car combination out here on Nürburgring tonight?
Certainly a technical combination, especially turn one. I'm not sure what happened on the start there, but it's really unfortunate to have a bunch of guys taken out. It's a super tricky course, but it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, before you go celebrate there, Paul, you got anybody you want to say hello to or give a thank you to?
Another shout out to Matt Quinn. Just cannot. I hope he gets a race together here in the last few races.
Okay, Paul, well, thanks for talking with us. Congratulations on your win, and well-deserved, man. You drove the wheels off of that car tonight. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
Humberto Roca, you got a copy? I take it that, yes, you do. But, well, tell me about your racing out there tonight, Humberto, because it looked like maybe you were going to win it, but it was clear that possibly you were going to be short on fuel. So tell me about that situation.
Yeah, well, this was something because first in the first lap, turn one, I looked at my mirror and I saw everyone everywhere, and I was like, oh crap, here he comes. Someone's gonna hit me. I see Miguel from one side, I see another guy on the other side. I was like, okay, I don't know how I survived without getting a single hit. And then I was trying to put pressure under Paul, but then I just forgot, or just I was silly trying to put so much pressure in the first lap when tires were so cold, and I lost it. And then I was like, I have to race as hard as I can to catch him. And then, well, then it's an all-star.
Well, you still come out second place. I mean, after all was said and done, that wreck there going into turn one on the first lap, how were you involved in that?
Like I said, I have no idea how I didn't get hit. I mean, I saw cars on my right, on my left, behind me, in front of me. I almost hit Paul. It was crazy. I don't know how, but I didn't get hit or hit anyone. So I was pretty lucky with that one.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. I mean, we always know that, when you go into turn one on the first lap, everybody wants to get that little bit of a jump there, and you kind of, you luckily come out of it unscathed, thankfully. But all the whole race there, you kind of worked your way back up through the field, and the next thing you know, you were in second place, and then pretty soon you were the leader. So you did lead 14 laps here tonight, brought it home second place. So congratulations to you, Humberto. You got anybody you want to thank?
Thanks, guys. And yeah, everyone here, Paul did an awesome job. Congratulations to him, Miguel, my teammate, and everyone who raced today. Traffic was great, and you guys, thanks for everything.
Sure thing, Humberto. And I feel very fortunate to be here to broadcast this, because this is kind of like something that I need to get under my belt here, a little bit more road courses. And I'll tell you what, you guys do one heck of a job out here running these road courses. You make it look so easy. So again, congratulations to you, Humberto. We'll let you go, and I'm going to try to get a hold of Miguel El Crudo. You got a copy?
Loud and clear.
Well, Miguel, I'm telling you what, man, that was one heck of a race you put on out there. You battled for a lot of positions to get back up to third place. You passed a lot of cars. Tell me about your racing out there tonight.
Yeah, we had great pace, Humberto and me. So our team did a good qualifying. Paul also has been always fast, and Matt. I thought, we all thought, I thought that we were going to battle the complete race. On turn one, when the green hit, pretty tight going into turn one. Matt and I touched, I think, racing incident. There was nothing intentional there. And I fell to like 23rd, 24th position. My car was damaged, but I was trying to survive like that, trying to pass the traffic, got some couple of contacts with the traffic, so I had to pass again, went back, then back to the front again. And the only way I could manage to go up to third was no taking tires in the complete race, so I used the same tires that I started with the race.
Well, I don't think you were the only one that tried that trick, but it worked out very well for you. Miguel got you into third place, and that's where you needed to be, on the podium, and a good race out there. So congratulations to you. Anybody you want to thank tonight, Miguel?
Oh, Jason, he is the main guy behind this league. All the drivers here are really, really good. I know we had some incidents today, but it's part of it. Everyone being so tight, and you guys for doing this broadcast for us.
Well, it's an honor, sir. I mean that, because you guys put on one heck of a show out there. It makes it all that much easier for guys like me sitting here broadcasting this for you. So it just you guys drove an awesome, great race out there tonight. So, well, congratulations to you, Miguel, on third place, and we'll let you go celebrate with your buddies. And we'll get off here and do the results. So thanks for talking with us.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
All right, folks, running down through the results here. Paul Darling will bring home the win here tonight. Humberto Roca in second place. Miguel El Crudo in third. Jason Lundy, the league owner, finishing in fourth. James Stacy fifth. Chris Hudson in sixth. Eduardo Beninca in seventh. Victor Tanaka in eighth. Robert Tarbox ninth. Kurt Poulter rounding out the top 10. Tim Collier in 11th. Rick Smith finishing 12th. James Hume 13th. Simon Goodwin in 14th. Drew Lidkia in 15th. Peter Hebron 16th. Curtis Pelshan in 17th. Andrew James 18th. David Slee in 19th. Paul Hamilton 20th. Jay Dargert in 21st. Warren McCrae in 22nd. Fred McIntosh 23rd. Kyle Heron 24th. Mark Ruggiero in 25th. Wayne Fitzgerald 26th. Matt Quinn 27th. Dino Topic in 28th. David Anderson 29th, and I think a few of them guys didn't even start the race. So, but anyhow, congratulations again to our winner here tonight, Paul Darling, for Champion Motorsports. Thanks for tuning in here tonight, late night, with us and on MaxSpeedTV. We'll be back tomorrow night for another broadcast. Till then, folks, stay safe and have a good night.